This video will show you two processes. First, how to set up a batch program that can run the Java compiler in a limited environment, and how to set up the global environment variables on a normal machine. So let's first start off with the limited environment. So let's say you can install Java, or Java's already installed, the JDK, but you can't set up the global environment variables. And you don't want to type in a custom path that is multiple directories long every time you want to compile and run a Java program. So to do that, first what you'll want to do is open up a browser, go to the following address, learn.yanceyparedes.net, and then Windows Batch. Go ahead and pause the video to type this in. Scroll on down to the first set of code, the batch code, copy it. Oops. Go ahead, minimize your window. Now, come over here, right-click on the desktop, and say New Text Document. We're going to call this Compile and Run. Next, what we need to do is we need to open up our File Explorer because we need to see our file extensions. So come over here to the drop-down arrow next to the question mark in your File Explorer. Click on it. Click on View on the select under Show and Hide File Name Extensions. This will allow us to see our file name extensions. Go ahead, you can close that out. Rename this file to a .bat extension. Click Yes to confirm that. Your icon changes, knowing that this is now a batch program. Right-click and either edit in a text editor or in your favorite notepad editor. Next, go ahead and paste in the text that we copied, or the code we copied from the website. After you've pasted that in, go ahead and copy the pause text at the bottom. On line 5, click Enter and add a new space. Above the Java class name, paste pause. Save it. Next, on line 3, after Enter class name, before the colon, type only. Continuing on with this, we need to change the path name. This is not our current path name with the version we downloaded. If you downloaded JDK 7, you'll be fine. But when this video was made, we had JDK 1.8. So go ahead and let's find the path. To do that, open up the File Explorer, which is this icon down here. Locate your C drive, which is this PC on the left, and then local disk C. Go to Program Files. This is the same for a Windows 32-bit operating system. Go to the folder Java. Click on the JDK. Make sure not the JRE, but the JDK. Click on the bin folder. And then up in the file path directory URL, go ahead and click up in the empty space. It will highlight the directory path. Right-click this. Copy it. Go ahead and minimize or close it out if you need to. And then go ahead and replace in our compile and run.bat file the directory listed for the JDK 1.7 and paste in the directory we have, or that you installed. Go ahead and save this. Close it out. And then I'm going to show you proof that this works without having to set up the global environment variables. So you'll need to download the javatest.java file in the description of this video. We double-click, compile and run. It gives us a prompt window. All we're going to type in is the class name. So it's case sensitive. We type Java test and press enter. Wait for it to compile. If it compiles correctly, you'll see press any key dot 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 without any errors below it. A new Java test.class file is generated. We press enter again, and it shows us what was in the Java program. All that was in it was a string of text that says it works. If you press enter again or any key, it will close out the program. And you can easily test programs using this on a limited environment. Okay, now let's do the default thing, which is set up the global environment variables. First, I'm going to delete the java test.class file. Next, we're going to right-click on the Start or the Windows Start button, click System, select Advanced System Settings. There are alternative ways of getting here. Come down to the bottom where it says Environment Variables. And note that we already have the path of the directory for the Java JDK, but just in case you forgot it, go ahead and copy that again if you need to. And then scroll down under System Variables and find the variable path. Click Edit, and then scroll to the end of the variable value. Type a semicolon, and then go ahead and paste in the path for the JDK. Click OK, click OK, click OK again. Close this out. Any other windows you have open don't need to be open. And go ahead and restart your computer. Okay, so the computer's been restarted and the global environment variable path has been set. So let's go ahead and open up the command prompt. Right-click on the Start button. You can also do this under the Search section as well. But click on Run, CMD, or type CMD, press Enter, and we get the command prompt or console. My files have actually been downloaded to Java Test, so I'm going to change my directory to the desktop. Wherever you've downloaded Java Test.java to, change it to that directory. I'm going to show my files by showing the directory of the files. I can see that it's there. Next, I'm going to type, to compile the program, javac java test.java. If the environmental variable set up correctly, it'll compile, which it did with no errors. Again, just like the program, java test.class is generated. Next, let's go ahead and run it to see if there is any content or anything to execute in the program. Java test, just the class name. Click enter. It works. Great. Everything's set up. You're ready to run and develop with Java.